I'm thinking I'm gonna split this up, you know, do one game one day, then Star Trek the next day, and all that. Um, and as you heard on the last stream, the multiplayer one, gonna look into getting that beginning splash screen and it all set up to do the different like pre-stream stuff. But for now, we'll just continue dealing with this. Okay. Kotu, go ahead and go to in-game, play, open up my Twitch. Oh wow, that was a fast upload. Don't tell me. Yep. No, wait. And I should do... hang on, I gotta log into my Twitch, because I couldn't do something last time. Alright, there we go again. Yeah, I had to change my password on Twitch. Just I couldn't remember what it was exactly because they have this weird thing where it has to be like longer than most other passwords have to be. All right. So let's see. I currently have 0 viewers, and that's okay. Come on, poppin'. There we go. Alrighty. Since I hardly ever have any viewers, I really do need to change up where I wonder... Yeah, why not? Let's go ahead and send that to my dad. And then let's go ahead and share to some of my other stuff. So let's see, what are we actually doing? Oh, we're doing that one. Okay. That should be fun. Got my Klingon bird of prey. So let's see. Discord. Share here. Discord. Yeah, this is the other thing that I really need to be able to automate, is just have the 3 places I notify in Discord all the time. Just let them know that I'm on. Hey, stop. Oh, no, it did stop. Okay. Okay, post there. And one more time. But yeah, that's something I need to look into and get done, because that'll save us a little bit of time. Save me a little bit of time, at least. And not have to do all that all the time. Alright, let's enter the system and begin the quest. Hi. Commander, I'm not reading any active vessels on the scanners. There is, however, A debris field nearby. It's clustered around a satellite in orbit of the planet, and the composition of the debris, corresponds with ships that have gone missing in this region. I'll keep scanning, sir. But we'll need to take a closer look before I can determine if there are Thalaran weapons on one of those space hulks. On one of the hulks. Ooh, I think this is one of our missions with our new ship. Because we're only level 21, so we got it one level ago. Cool. Did I color this? I think I did. Yeah, I did. Okay, cool. You know, you can tell that you're controlling this with a mouse because if you were... or a keyboard. Because if you were actually, flying something like this, it wouldn't just tilt to the side like that. It would have a lot smoother transitions. Commander, I'm not detecting the vessel that Obasek sent us to find, but all of the ships in this debris field show signs of being affected by the same thing, a high-frequency energy beam that overloaded all of their systems. If the Riemanns ship was hit by that beam, it might have crashed onto the planet's surface, or gone adrift somewhere else in the system. I'm detecting energy readings from the satellite, sir. If the Riemann crew detected them as well, they could have tried to use it to record a distress signal. We'll need to be closer before I can attempt an uplink with the satellite's communication array.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Oh, that's a thing. Scan satellite. Just, Commander, we're stuck. That has to be the most original series sentence in the entire game. Okay, this beam is holding us like a fly in a spider's web. We've managed to keep our life support and environmental systems active, but almost everything else is offline. Shields, weapons, engines, nothing works. I'm not detecting any life signs on the satellite, sir, but there is a compartment with life support. The system operating the beam must be automated. Why do I get the scroll down option if there's nothing to scroll down to? Continue. The chief says we have enough power in the backups for one transport. Recommend we send a team over to that satellite and find a way to turn the beam off. We are ready to beam over to the satellite on your orders, sir. Beam to the satellite. And yet still, I mean, I love that they let us make our own character and stuff. It's still weird that the captain beams over. Okay. Captain, the console here appear... take two. Captain, the consoles here appear to control the beam that is draining power from the Biv Kavat. But there is a security lock preventing access. We need to find a usable console. Continue. Okay. Okay. Now, I actually know where the usable console is. Let's see. Do you start with this one, or do you start with the one over there? Let's start with this one. This console doesn't appear to be locked like the others. Whoever did this must not have thought that the console used for inventory control was important. I think it can access a backdoor into the rest of the satellite's programs from here. I see the problem. The Romulan consoles are causing a lockout by forcing the satellite's primary processors to run through a series of equations and removing key bits of information from the answers. Hey, we see that on Facebook and Reddit all the time. Which causes the processors to lock up. If we can solve these equations and put the console's information directly... put the correct information directly into the consoles, the security lock on the satellite's protocols... The security lock on the satellite's controls should be released. I've downloaded the corrupted equations onto this console for you to work on. Okay. And... Here is the funniest part on this entire game. These are very basic um, equations. Like, this is just addition. So, the missing letter should be 8, I think. No, 9, 7. Cycle left. Well, actually, okay. Cycle left, cycle left. Lock into position. This one. Okay, so 4, 7, 12 equals 5. 5 subtract 9, can't do that. Crosses out the 4, makes that a 3. Makes that a 15. 14 minus 9 should be 5? Yeah, there we go. And then with multiplication and division, hello there. 13 lack flow? How are you this fine day? And I'm sorry if there's a little bit of delay between me responding to you and stuff. See, I have to use my phone as a screen for Twitch, so it's like there's a 30-second delay between when I actually get to talk to you and stuff. If that makes any sense. But hey, welcome. So let's see. Oh, okay. Doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good too. This is my second Sunday stream, so it's good to have somebody pop in for that. Always nice. So how do you like Star Trek and stuff like that? I mean, you were watching, so you're probably a fan, but just, kind of gauging. I'm playing the Klingons, actually. In case you're wondering. But yeah, I'm not used to actually talking to people. One sec. Yeah, you love the franchise, playing Star Trek Online yourself, and watch pretty much every show movie. Nice. I haven't seen some of the new stuff like Discovery, Picard, or Lower Decks. Honestly, I kind of don't want to. If I wanted, like with Lower Decks, if I wanted to watch a Family Guy parody of what Star Trek is, I'd watch Family Guy parodies of what Star Trek is. You know? But it's also stuff like like Discovery didn't really interest me all that much because it was like, here's the thing. One of my favorite captains in the series was Janeway. She was the one that I spent the most time with because like I was born in the 90s, so most of Next Generation was done by the time I started watching. So I got to watch a complete series from with Janeway. Haven't watched Lower Decks either. Cartoony stuff isn't really my thing, except for Star Wars, The Clone Wars. Yeah, but see, that's the other thing. Star Wars: The Clone Wars isn't a parody or a comedy version of the series. It had some comedy in it, like some situational, gaffes and stuff like that. But it's not like Lower Decks where an entire episode is focused around a single joke. You know, it's one of those kind of things. But yeah, so what do you normally play as in this game? I clicked the button again. Okay. So let's see. So let's see. I think that is a 9? Your main is a Federation? Okay. You have a Gem Hadar and a Klingon too, though? Yeah, I kind of did like playing through the Gem Hadar, but then you start at such a high level, it's kind of ridiculous because, you don't really get to experience the rest of the game. And then I usually go with. Um, I usually split my time between a Federation character, a Romulan character, because I kind of like their like experiencing the rise of the Romulan Republic, and then a Klingon character like what I'm playing right here. This guy is pretty much brand new, so that I can show everybody the start and all that. Um, which all of that is recorded on my YouTube channel under the same name. It's I have to store it there because I don't have enough viewers for to become a Twitch member. So after about a week or two, all my videos get deleted. So okay, so I'm pretty sure this said it, or this is a 9. So there we go, and then equals 30. Yep, Jim Hadar really should just become available to players once they got a normal character to max level. Yeah, right? Or maybe start the Jim Hadar at a lower level and give them more ships to go through or something. I mean, I get it. The Jim Hadar have 2 types of ships. Bug ship and then the bigger one. Actually, they have 3 if you're willing to pay for the carrier, which I did, I'm not gonna lie. I do love that carrier though. I love that you get a permanent 2 wingmen, and then you get the 2 frigates that you can send out as well, and then you get your fighters and stuff. Okay, so that's a 9-2. Yeah. By the way, when I go silent, I'm doing something on my phone. At this point, I'm doing the math because I don't want to have to try and figure it out on screen. Yeah, that V-shaped carrier. Oh, the Cation carrier. Yeah, the Cation carrier looks pretty awesome. Like, it looks really good. Okay, let's see. Right, this one's a combo one. So, let's see. 87 times 23 plus 2,631 equals. Okay, so the middle two are 6 and 3. So cycle right, 6, lock. Cycle right, lock. Yeah. Oh, really? Guess I was off my channel too long and it decided to skip over. But no, yeah, I really like that one, but I decided while I'm doing, or at least for the beginning levels of the stream until I should be able to get a tier 6 ship, I'm gonna just stick with the ships I get from the actual game, if that makes sense. Just because it wouldn't be fair to like show these really powerful ships on stream that nobody can get unless they're willing to spend like $20 to get them. Okay, that is 43 equals 175. Okay, so 1 and 7. But yeah, I'm just. It's one of those kinds of things, it feels more honorable to do it this way. Okay. One right, cycle right, cycle right. And then cycle right, cycle right. Alright. Now, here's what I find hilarious. Yeah, it's a good idea to stay with the ships, get along the way first. Yeah, exactly, and that's the other thing. The one thing I am doing though is I am like refining my dilithium along the way. On this character, I actually got the tickets to get the assimilated dreadnought. The it's like the Enterprise F that's been assimilated, and one of the other ships from that thing. So I'm looking forward to actually playing with that too. Five, 6, 3, 4. Now this one you're gonna wanna 728 plus 54 multiplied by 68 equals 3. Okay, so I'll just add the 728 equals. Okay, so how many other characters do I have? I did a bit of a cleanup, but I'm still looking at around like 5 or 6 that I own. One of them is level 42. I got rid of most of my high level ones because I didn't play the game for a long time, so I want to go back through everything, really. Um, so let's see, that was 4,400. So, yep. There we go. Captain, we've solved the equations that were causing issues. Okay. In the other consoles. Now we need to plug these correct values into the console controlling the security lock, and then we should be able to access all of the all of the satellite's major functions or operations. Ah. That moment when you want to replace words to make it sound a little bit better. So let's see. I think we start with the ones up here. Wait, why am I on B? Okay, 7599. There we go. Exit there. You own 6 characters you press compared to other people. Yeah, right? I mean, it's kind of funny how that works. Captain, this console controls the satellite's targeting functions. I'm not sure if there's a way to disable whatever it is that is disabling systems in our ship, but if we can get the satellite to target something else, we may have a chance of prying our ship free. There we go. You didn't want to spend this much time into grinding on 20 different tunes. Yeah, that's a big one. For sure. Like, that's one of the big issues with this game is when you hit that, like, 60th level and everything becomes a grind because there's no more progression. It's like, well, now I'm just starting a new tune. But yeah. No, and that's one of the reasons why I started new characters, especially for something like a stream. You never want to start a stream with a 60th level character or something like that. People that's a good way to lose viewers. And while you might be the first interactive viewer I've had for a while, I do have like 10 to 15 people who view like when I get off at around noon. It's just like today I have an early shift, so I can't like do it later, and I work overnight, so it's easier for me to be up this early as opposed to later in the day. But yeah, little things like that just makes it where it's like, yeah, I want to stream. I want to stream at certain times that I know people would be available, but I just don't have the option right now. Okay. Span range. It's probably the 1000. Yep, there we go. End session. Yeah. Examine the telemetric data. Okay. So there's that. Turn to main menu. Why is it the ship identification program was had end session instead of this? Target. Uh, Return to main menu. Let's see. Ship identification. Reclassify derelict Hulk as active. Access targeting control. Designate derelict Hulk as priority target. End session. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Oh, and I read it out just because I know a lot of the people who do watch later are on their phones and stuff, and you, I'm looking at my phone right now, and it's like, wow, that text is really tiny. So it's like, and I'm using like too much, but it's one of those things where I read it out for people who have phones as small as mine, or just aren't actually like watching the VOD but have it on in the background kind of thing. Commander, the satellite has ensnared a piece of debris near the ship. It is its stranglehold is weaker. Its stranglehold on us is weaker, but we're not out of the woods yet. Critical systems are stable, but we still don't have weapons or long-range communications. There we go. Which is hilarious. He's giving me reports from the ship, but he's right here. I remember a time where I could rush a tune through the entire story, knowing all riddles and puzzles from muscle memory, but it sure is a nice thing to just sit back and enjoy the story properly at times. Yeah, right? And one thing that I wish, because, like, these people you don't actually get to, aren't like your captain. You don't make them from complete scratch, right? So why wouldn't they have their lines voice acted? I mean, they have so many other lines in the entire thing voice acted. It's weird that they don't do it here. And I think it's this one first. Okay, access satellite operations override console. Locked and online. 4400. Passcode correct. Operational status conditional. Okay, now I can use this. But yeah, I remember that too, when there was only like 2 or 3 number puzzles and stuff. But it's also like, I'm really good at addition. I can do quick math in my head, but I usually get like, I'm usually off by about 10, 5 to 10. So it's like, just because like, when I'm doing a long string of numbers and it's like, oh, 2 plus 7, my brain isn't working in 2 plus 7, it's working in like 5 times 4 times 6 times, you know, and I'm like doing that in my head, and it's like 2 plus 7 equals, well, it equals 9, but it's, in my head it's going like, equals 10, or 19, and it's like, okay, yeah, 19. Okay. Captain, this console controls the satellite's general operations. Perhaps we can turn off all of the functions that are affecting our ship. Change operational status. Set satellite. Okay. Current operational state on. Please select an option. Turn it off. Power usage level is too high. Satellite operational cannot be set to off at this time. Okay. Which means now I go over here and mess with this. Yeah, right? Like, but I do understand that because the company that currently owns the rights to this game, they've never done that for any of their games. Perfect World International. Um, I can't remember if it's a Japanese or a Chinese studio. I think it's a Chinese one that Sony sold it to. But and originally back in I want to say the early it was like 2000 to 2010 era is when this came out, right? So that was a little bit before the conversation wheel was thought of. But with how often they upgrade this thing, it would make a lot more sense to have that. Okay, power saver modes. Disengage. Process priority order overwritten. 6317. Alright, power saver modes engage. Process priority order defaults restored. And then I can mess with this one, right? Yeah. This console looks like it controls the satellite's power supply. Since we weren't able to free our ship by targeting something else, perhaps we can decrease the power to the satellite's weapon. Then the Biv Kavat might be able to break free. Hang on. Sure. Okay. Alright, continue. Okay, update power saver modes. Turn it to economical. Current state is power user. Triggered save mode never full. Yeah. Yeah, right? And those face expressions aren't done very well either because the character models don't allow for it. Although, who knows? I mean, they just did a major update of, like, the explosions and stuff. And, like, some of the set priority values. Restore factory. I just realized we FDR'd or factory data reset this entire satellite. Alright. End session. But yeah, even just having a voice for our character that we could even just choose, because he only ever says like one-liners. Would be a huge improvement because otherwise, a lot of those cutscenes are just our character sitting there in silence and then leaning forward in his chair. Which, I mean, could be said of a lot of Star Trek episodes, but it's still a little bit different. Commander, we found that if the Piv Kavat does not attempt to move or fire at the satellite, that it will engage a lower power version of the beam affecting us. It's almost like an energy saver mode, which I just installed, or activated. We can use that to our advantage at least. We won't have to worry about life support. We'll hold the ship stable and keep working on boosting our power to critical systems while you try to disrupt the satellite's functions and free us. Yeah. uh, right? Exactly. We don't need like big name players. Heck, if they want to, they can get some of the people from the newer series. Like, I mean, imagine if you could get your character like voice acted by some of the people who play in the lower decks and stuff. They're not all that famous, and they'd probably be jumping at the bit to do another Star Trek part, one that people actually like. Okay. I don't feel like the minigame right now. This console controls the satellite's general operations, Captain. We managed to minimize the power output of the satellite. I think if we keep at it, we can switch the satellite's controls over to sleep mode. That will shut down everything but life support and power. Oh man, you should have seen, let's turn it to off. End session. So, here's a funny part though. I can kind of understand why they don't want to hire a bunch of voice actors. Because in the first Klingon missions, you know when you go to Rurapente, there is a line that Worf says. And he said this planet's name before, which is how you know to say it, Rurapente. He says Urapente. Now, that's the voice actor for Worf. So I don't know if they only get like one chance to get the lines right, or if there's just that little quality control that um even like in the text they have mistakes like that though. Like um the IKS Kavat in the text has been referred to as the IKV Kavat. Right? Although I will say this, I dislike how they treated Worf in this game. They made him seem incompetent, and that is never a good thing. Also, why am I using a freaking Romulan blaster? Thought I had a better one. Maybe that was a different character. Okay. Like killing off Alexander, his son. Okay, let's go ahead and beam out. Okay, Captain, systems are back online all over the ship. We have weapons, shields, even the replicators are working again. Transporters are standing by, sir. We can beam you back as soon as you're ready. Return to ship. But, yeah, so he lost the son of the House of Martok because he failed at his duties of guarding him. Well, right, but you'd think they would, Oh, and I'm gonna need my, batleth. You'd think they would actually, like, use his character properly. Like, he loses the son of Martok because he was negligent in his duties and ignoring his son. And then he loses his son because the way that the Klingons apparently or what is it? Excise people? Get rid of the great houses is they cross their arms and turn their back to people who are known traitors. It's like, really? Exile, I think. Right, yes, exile. Sorry, my brain. I'm too excited about having somebody here to talk to. I'm flubbing my words. But yeah, they exile the leader of the House of Torg. And the way they do it is they're like, you're exiled now. Cross their arms and turn around. Alright, where am I? I am in a cave, it seems. Now what? See, this is all something that he should be saying in a cutscene instead of having me click a button.
If you fail to comply with commands,
now we fight, or we die. Make sure you pick up a melee weapon. All of your gear is deactivated, and I won't protect you in there.
I am a Klingon. I always have a melee weapon. What are those weapons over there?
I've never seen those weapons used before by anyone in the arena. I think the mercenaries who act as the occasional guard thought that those weapons might actually be worth something, unlike the beat-up ones they let us use. My best guess is that they're looking to sell them at some point when their contract here is up for some extra money.
Continue. Well, I'm gonna go collect some weapons. Actually, do I need... These ones are all worse than the one on my back. Eh. It's not like I can give them to my crew. Hey, I got a weapon. Let's go. Oh, right. I have to grab a melee weapon. I'll pick up a
Remember
sword.
to equip your new weapon.
Yep. Yeah, the fun part is with the new missions and stuff, you get to go to hell and then come back. Picked up one of each weapon in this arena for some reason. I even kept them this stage. It's where you don't know, sentimental value maybe, right? No, see, what they need to do is they need to make it where I did the same thing on another character of mine recently, and I don't know why, because it's not like you ever hand these weapons to your crew. they can only hold one weapon, so you're better off giving them the ranged stuff. But I wish they'd have, you know, the 2 weapon slots for your crew, too. Because that would just make sense, because how many times do enemies just run up to you? Sorry, I bumped my mic. But how many times do enemies just run up to you, and then they start melee attacking your crew, and your crew can't do anything? Aside from maybe, like, try and slap them away. Let's unholster. And let's go into this one. I like using the first-person shooter type feel to it.
Commencing test 1. Nopadin Desert Akari entering testing area.
Alright. I just had my spatlet thaw out.
Enemy targets on sensors.
Commencing test 2. Releasing warrigals now.
Yeah, right? They keep putting my sword away. See, and that's one of the reasons I like the batless so much, is you get different moves with them.
Proceeding to test 3.
But yeah, I mean, a weapon like that deserves to be with a warrior.
Prisoner 1478, remain in the area for interrogation. Prisoner, return to holding area. Failure to comply will result in punishment.
He says punishment very oddly. Failure to comply will result in punishment instead of punitive measures. Yeah, they are absolute. Yeah, right. Oh yeah, I usually make my own like kind of aliens to go with it. As you can see, like here, try and get you a proper view. So I usually use the Romulan tattoo at its full size because it really highlights the face. And then if you go with a dark-skinned alien with the horns, it doesn't look half bad. Usually if I make a female character, I make them have the 7 to 9 headpiece and the hands, and then leave it at that. Really. Okay, I think this was myself. You know, for a Klingon, I'm being very, compliant. Yeah, right? Like, it's really nice to have, and, like, I like actually having, like, the tribal tattoos and stuff, because you can put them on certain areas of the face, and they really, like, highlight certain features. Whereas most games, if you get a tattoo, it's like a cowboy skull, you know? Or something along those lines, like modern-day tattoos, and it's like, yeah, they look pretty when they're not, like, on your face. Alright. And now for the Deep Space Nine reference.
What do you want?
Yeah, he eventually mentions that he sees, like, he's in a room with 3 lights. And if you've watched Deep Space Nine, you know that, is it Deep Space Nine or is it Next Generation? It's been a while, but one of those 2 series references 3 lights, and it's a mind control thing. It's the, you know how operating tables have those big lamps on top that have the 3 light bulbs? It's basically that. Are you enjoying
I do
this?
not wish to continue talking with you.
I mean, as a Klingon, I'd be enjoying this. It's like, this is a prison? This is like the best prison ever. I get to kill things. Right? Yeah. I think it was Deep Space Nine. Like somebody was brainwashing Cisco or something like that. And he mentions that he goes through operations um, where they do that to him.
What do you want?
Okay. Who are you?
My name is Slamek. I am part of a resistance. Perhaps you have heard of it? About a week ago, I was part of a crew ferrying weapons from one base to another. When we passed through this system, a satellite disabled our ship. It drifted into the planet's atmosphere. I activated the emergency transporter, and a few of us were able to transport to safety before the ship crashed in the desert. We were looking for shelter and a way to contact our people when a group of soldiers found us. They took us here and kept throwing us into the arena. Now I'm the only one remaining.
Yeah.
That is all I know.
For real, that is just a vacation. Like, again, what's one of the big things that you go to in this game? The Batleth tournament with Worf, where he loses the son of Martok. It's like, okay. Okay, let's see. I hate that they only let you explore one option with these conversations, though. Like, these two will get you further in the conversation. This one just ends it. And then you have to go through everything again. So you can kind of choose a different path. But, like, if you ask the right questions, you only get to see. He only explains certain stuff. Is it this one that has the reference or this one? Which one do you think? One or two? I'll let you decide. Two? Okay. Soldiers. What kind of
I don't
soldiers?
know who was responsible for this place. The trainers and the guards all appear to be mercenaries, without any clue about what's going on. They're paid to keep us in cages and look the other way. The night I was brought in, I was interrogated. There were bright lights in my eyes and a synthetic voice asking me questions.
And
Whoever it was took care to conceal his identity.
good choice, because there's the reference right there, the bright lights. Because that was all the. Again, it was either Cisco or Picard could remember. But it was an episode called Three Lights, if I recall correctly. It was either Three Lights or Two Lights, and when they're interrogating them, they're using like a kind of strobing effect type thing to control their brain. It was kind of interesting because it was a reference to the old KGB White Room technique. Okay. Again, one or two. It is a reference to Darth Nihilus, but Nihilus, which I misspelled it as because I didn't know that there was a U, it's actually a word that means nothing. Like it's the Latin word for the word nothing. So it's kind of interesting. Um, there's also the words nihilism, which is somebody who wants to bring everything to nothing, and you can be a nihilist, which is kind of the same thing, but it's more you believe in nothing.
I have no idea what they want with us, or why they make us fight. This all seems like some sort of giant game, but there is no one in the stands to be entertained.
Yeah, I just realized it's what do they want with us was I should have read that first and then clicked on it. Okay, and then one and two, or two and three, or one to end the conversation. So two or three. Reddick. Why does that name sound familiar? Am I the only person you've been paired with so far? I've heard of
I've had several
Reddick
partners
before.
in my battles. You are the only one about which I've been questioned. You must have impressed our masters. I know you have impressed me.
Okay, and that bottom one is for the Federation. This one has to be the one. No, I've heard of, like, I don't know why. I know I've heard it in a video at least. Like, oh man. I've seen it, that same spelling and stuff, in a video somewhere. And I'm trying to think of where, but I mean, it was probably years ago at that. Jeez. Small world, though. Okay, so are we the only ones here?
I think there are others. I hear other fights. If there are other prisoners, I have never been able to contact them. We are kept separated and caged, unless we are fighting.
Alright, okay, so... Gmod Star Wars RP vids. Did he ever do something with a YouTuber named Captain Shack? Because if he did, I that's probably where I know him from. That, or I saw one of those vids and just, like, it's completely escaping me that I saw it, but I recognize that name, oddly enough. That, or, like, it was an NPC name from a game I played or something like that, which is very probable, but I don't know. It's just, it, it's just too much in my head to actually, you know, wow, my brain just farted again. It's too much in my head to actually, like, be something like that. You don't think so? Oh, well, that might be it too then. Alright, I think the bottom one is the ones that ends it, so... Have you tried finding a way to contract the other prisoners, or is there a way out of here? One or two? One. Okay.
I do not wish to continue talking with you.
What? One, two. Can we continue? Ah.
Now I recall. You were working on all those errands when we were attacked. I managed to escape on the shuttle, and some of us signed on with the freighter. As you can see,
Oh, Lord.
things didn't work out so well after that.
So... Well, no, I've seen Klingons apologize before, usually after you headbutt them. And, to be fair, alien, not fully Klingon, but part of the Klingon Empire. Um, but, so, that just popped up dialogue, and I don't know if it's my game or everybody's game, but that just popped up dialogue from the Romulan Republic start. Yeah, see, that's one of the reasons I always go with an alien build, because if you're an alien, people can't complain that you're not acting like the faction you're a part of, because technically you are. I'm still a warrior, very honorable and stuff, love combat, but I don't mind apologizing if I seem to have offended somebody, especially judging by the fact that his head's been split open. Uh, but oh, I was not expecting this. So you went out working as a stevedore to make ends meet. What happened after that? Why earth did it open the Romulan Republic uh thing? Tis but a scratch, right?
We were transporting a shipment of Thaleron weapons. I know that your people will not use them. We do not want to, but our fight is getting desperate. We needed to do something, anything, that would shift the tide of war. Even if that choice was horrific. I jettisoned our cargo as we were entering the atmosphere. The weapons were completely destroyed. I've seen what Thaleron weapons are capable of firsthand. I could not allow them to contaminate a world not involved in my people's fight.
Yeah. But apparently, if you apologize as a Klingon, you end up a Romulan. Any idea who brought you
I
here?
don't know who was responsible for this place. The trainers and the guards all appear to be mercenaries, without any clue about what's going on. They're paid to keep us in cages and look the other way.
Okay,
I
let's
was brought in.
do this.
I
Was
was
this the first time? Oh,
There were bright lights in my eyes and a synthetic voice asking me questions. Whoever it was took care to conceal his identity.
well, at least I get to use this other thing to go through it.
No. I have been questioned by these people several times before. My reluctance to answer their questions earned me this shock collar. Refusal to help them now is quite painful. Interestingly enough, this was the first time I've been questioned about another participant in the arena. They asked how you treated me, and if you had said anything about why you were here. They even wanted to know if I thought we could become friends. Someone thinks you are very important.
No, but I'm in one of those states that's next to Canada. So, I'll just go out and say it because the state isn't like a good way to track somebody down. I live in Washington. So I'm just under the Canadian border. How about you? Let's see. Why would they want to know those things?
I have no idea what they want with us, or why they make us fight. This all seems like some sort of giant game, but there is no one in the stands to be entertained.
Alright. Am I the only person you've been paired with so far?
I've had several partners in my battles. You are the only one about which I've been questioned. You must have impressed our masters. I know you have impressed me.
Oh. No. It's I was hoping for a chance to continue the conversation instead of having it to start all over again by insulting him more. Because normally that's how this works in these games. I play other MMOs like the Star Wars: The Old Republic. So in a different MMO, if you say, "Oh, I'm sorry, can we start over?" it wouldn't completely start the conversation over. It would just let you progress from the question you were at. Yeah. This game, however, no matter which one you say, you start over. So I was trying to get it to continue on instead of having to slog through all the other conversation again.
I think there are others. I hear other fights. If there are other prisoners, I have never been able to contact them. We are kept separated and caged unless we are fighting.
Right? And that is kind of a silly way to do it unless... So if you're going to have them stop talking to an NPC, to continue on the storyline, you either want to make it where you give people an option to go back to the question just before you upset them, or you get to kill them and get the information off their corpse. One way or the other. Like, give them a journal or something. Because making people slog through the same conversation 2 to 3 times with no reward at the end just sucks. Alright, let's do... 1, I think? Or 2.
Trainers carry key cards. That's the only way I know to get through the defenses.
Yeah, I don't know why it just cut me off at... So that one had 2 bad answers to it, which is kind of annoying, because that kind of tricks you. And especially if, like, I asked him if he got in contact, or if he knew how to contact the other prisoners. If he could just say no and then move on, perfect right there. Having him say no and I'm not talking to you anymore is like, why? Do you think we can get one of those cards?
Can I trust you?
No, you can't trust me. Yes, of course
I can
you
see that we think the same way, friend. A few years ago, I worked as a bodyguard for a Ferengi merchant. He had a talent for acquiring latinum. And during my time with him, I learned a few things. I was able to lift a key card from one of the trainers during my interrogation. If you help me, I think we can overpower the guards and escape through the main door in the arena.
Let's get out of here. I mean, he took a pretty good hit to the head and they removed part of his brain to put in that computer thing, but, yeah.
If
But
you fail to comply with commands, you will be punished.
I am taking one weapon of each. Those are just makes sense. I want a weapon. Get a weapon. Lerpa? And a bat left, I think. A Klingon weapon shouldn't be left here to rot. I have all the weapons I need. Okay. I'll just put them in my bank or something. I wish you could, so you have a Klingon character, so you know that the bridge, your ready room has those weapons crates in them. Right? But, I wish you could actually put weapons in those weapons crates. Because that would be perfect for, like, the weapons you pick up here.
Test Scenario 4 activated. Ahala released.
I find it hilarious that they're called the Ahala, but there's
We
no
need
A.
more help! I'll try to free the other prisoners. You fight the worms!
Okay. Also, they missed the perfect part in this mission to give you the, like, Spock, or, what was it? The arena combat music from the original series, you know? Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. That one?
Enemy targets on sensors.
Okay. Got the big guy.
Use the consoles on the sides of the arena to fight the Elder Worm!
Oh. And my batleth disappeared again. There we go. Oh, guess I'm just hitting these guys then. But yeah, just quit disarming me. There we go. Yeah. No, it's kind of weird. I also went with an engineer for this build for some weird reason. Oh, there it was for a second.
Just like last time. Use the remaining console on the side of the arena to fight the Elder Worm!
Oh yeah, like... Well, especially if you're playing a Klingon, you need a good melee weapon. But also, melee weapons ignore...
There's another set of consoles by the metal wall. Use them while the worm is distracted. I've been hit. I can't continue, my friend. You'll need to protect me.
There they are. Ow. What? This one? Okay, there's a green icon right here. Darn it. Oh yeah, for sure. He can't heal me, can he? Okay, so there was supposed to be a console right there. See, there's a big green circle right back there where I died.
Enemy targets on center.
Am I supposed to be releasing them yet? I guess. Yeah, see, now it's green.
Enemy targets on center.
Yeah! I call shenanigans on that death. I've had plenty of deserved deaths in this game.
The worm
But
destroyed
that
the metal wall. Run! That's our way out.
But that last death was bull because the stuff that was supposed to be highlighted wasn't, and that's what killed me.
Romulan base? Here? What did they want with us? And what is that device?
That would be an Iconian gateway. Alright. Project Decimation. New subject, Commander Kotu Tra. Captured from the IKS Bivkavat. I need to change that name. That name is hard to pronounce. Initial analysis. Subject's threat level is high and risk of escape or intervention in testing is elevated. Notify Colonel Hakiv and escalate to level 6 trials. Not really, I've seen weirder theories. Access test parameters. Okay, project goal, to develop a matrix of alpha quadrant species. We must determine which species can be pitted against one another for maximum devastating effect to each. Should be each other. Tests will not be limited to sentient species, as the Iconians have technology that will allow us to effectively introduce new flora and fauna to alien worlds. Done. Was that really everything? Okay. Access to research observations. Definitely gotta wash your batleth now just to make sure. Yeah. Then again, if he's like Spider-Man, everything from him is just radioactive too, so that could make your batleth essentially depleted uranium batleth. Honored Master, it will take some time to complete my report, but I have a few personal observations for you that may prove useful. Please consider them when you make your plans. Humans and Klingons show the greatest proclivity toward fighting when there is no chance of victory. Breaking a Vulcan's emotional control will usually render him helpless. They have no ability to process the emotions that they have so zealously suppressed. Bajorans will fight to the death to defend homes or loved ones, but they may reject a fight that doesn't threaten what they hold dear. Right? Well, at that point, you'd be able to puncture a hole with a batleth. Why not? Betazoids will detect betrayal almost instantly, but their telepathic senses can be overwhelmed by extreme pain or violent thoughts. You know, thoughts in general, just look at Deanna Troi. This can allow an infiltrator to escape their notice. Continue. A possible wedge to break the Klingon Empire may be the Gorn. More than 70% or 77% of Gorn captives chose to help another Gorn before assisting a Klingon, even if that choice resulted in the death of the Klingon. Hirogen are formidable in single combat, but their fractured society reduces their threat level significantly. Alright. I've been unable to separate a Trill symbiote from its host for separate study. There we go. 2 attempts to implant a symbiote in a host from another species have failed. Both the symbiote and the host died within hours. Undyne are quite interesting. I request more time to study this race in greater detail. Back. Alright. And then, let's see. Captured along with a small group of Riemann soldiers by Desert Patrol. Interrogation inconclusive. Recommend use of holographic conditioning. There's your lights. Single combat test. Subject was wounded on 4 occasions but survived all tests. Recommendation: Prisoner 1478 may be a suitable subject for team testing or alternative study. Forward data to Colonel Huckey for evaluation. But yeah, they basically just said in the notes that they brainwashed him. Access personal log. They've contacted me again. My associates have 2 tasks for me now. First is the deconstruction of the Riemanns. I understand their anger. The Riemanns are attempting to rise above their station. They're mindless slaves and they need to respect their betters. Terrace was able to control them after Starfleet captured her. The surviving Riemanns developed delusions of self-worth. This troublemaker who calls himself Obasek, who is he to tell them that they can be free, does a beast of burden have a right to choose its own destiny? Alright. If the problem were not so irksome, it would be almost comical. I will present Obasek's broken corpse to the Iconians in tribute. They will reward me richly for my loyalty. Probably with death, because that's how the Iconians work. The second task will take more effort. The Iconians want data. They want the species of the Alpha Quadrant tested until they break. They want to know their weaknesses and how to exploit them. They want to see their strengths and know how to destroy them. There we go. Right? Obasek. That's because the Romulan missions, while they add some pretty neat backstory and stuff to the world, they don't have very good rewards. You're not getting like you're not getting like the special thrusters and stuff that make your red ships go pink or green or anything like that. It's just the Romulans, and there's no point to them, really. Like, I get what they wanted in the series was a foil for the Vulcans, but as far as the game, the Romulan missions don't give you very good rewards, and therefore they get kind of sluggish and irksome. I will admit that I take no little pleasure in this task. It will be quite entertaining to make some of those self-righteous humans turn on one another, or push one of those blustering braggarts from Kronos. You get the Riemann shield, like, really early in the, game. Or, it's either you get it really early or you get it right at the end. Like, it's one of those two. So, you play through all this other stuff, and then you get a single kind of neat reward. Yeah, exactly. Which makes it not very good by the time you're ending it. You get so many other shields that are that have better stats to them. It's ridiculous. Those braggarts from Kronos until he begs for death. Oh, and the Vulcans. I will make Vulcans weep, and I will savor each tear. I know of an abandoned coliseum in the Nopata system. We can find a way to lure test subjects there. I'll take time. It will take time and effort, but I am confident I can do what the Iconians want. Done. Yeah, true. But I mean, considering that from here you start getting the what is it? H and B. So if you go into the episodes, so this is the Romulan Mystery. Um, yeah. So let's see. I think the Cardassian struggles. You start getting the Cardassian stuff for your ships, and then the Borg. I don't think the Borg actually give you anything nice, but that's because the Borg were designed as an intro to the FTOs. And then New Romulus. Oh, what does that give you? Yeah, and then yesterday's war gets you that special ship, which is nice. Gamma Quadrant, more Borg, I think? No. Ah. Jaula's Discovery and the Klingon Civil War give you some night. Like, the ending is dual pistols that, when you melee attack or when you're attacking with them, have, like, photonic blades. Yeah. Well, see, and that's the other thing is I try not to spend too much money on this game, even though I've spent quite a bit already. Uh, because I have some ships and stuff that I like. So lower the dampening field. And I think this just tells me the same stuff that one did, right? Now that we have some real weapons and I've disabled my shot collar, let's get out of here. That waste pipe has to lead out of this place. Yeah, that's just the same kind of stuff. Okay. Time to go through the sewers. But yeah, no, the Borg at the very last mission give you that, you. I needed to make my character taller. But they give you that, big gun that you have to hold with two hands.
Watch out. There are Romulan Scorpion fighters overhead. They're looking for us. We need to move quickly and smartly to avoid detection. I recommend we head to the east. See that mountain in the distance? My ship crashed on the other side. It may have something we can use to signal your vessel. The search for us will only get more intense the longer we stay here. We need to get away from the arena as quickly as possible.
Nice. No, that is one of the things I kind of want to get, but it is freaking expensive. But I would love to have the lifetime subscription, because one, that's 500 of the Zenny stuff a month, and then to top it off, you get the liberated Borg character that you can make stuff with, which is awesome.
There's a fighter heading straight for us. Quick, take cover in those dark rocks over there, and wait for it to pass overhead.
Because rocks are gonna block
Stay still and wait for that fighter to pass overhead. If we are fortunate, they won't detect us.
Like, do the little fighters don't get...
They didn't see us. Let's move on. I can't go on. My injuries from the arena are too painful. We need to find a place to rest for a moment.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with you on that one. Like, I think for here it's like $200 or something like that. Let's see, over here. It's really expensive, but that 500 Zen a month is nice. Okay, so talk to you.
Forgive me, my friend, but the pain...
I need to rest. Just for a moment. My wounds are agonizing. I fear the worm's venom may have infected me. The pain is excruciating. My vision is blurred, and my blood burns in my veins.
Continue.
Before we were captured, my science officer said that the local plants here have medicinal qualities. Please, I need your help. Find something to ease my suffering. I need something to disinfect my wound, something to treat my fever, and anything that will ease my pain. Thank you, my friend. I know that I would have died today if it weren't for you.
I'll see what I can find. And yeah, I mean, over the long run, it probably is a lot better. But with being, like, a minimum wage worker, finding $150 to spend on anything is a chore. Like, I'd have to save up for over 3 months just to do that, because after bills and stuff are paid, I have, like, maybe $20. So, I mean, more than 3 months at that point, because 3 months would only be 60. So you need about 150 to 200. I mean, you need to save up for an entire year, when the average ship you save up a month for. But you're right. Scan plant. Okay. This plant has analgesic qualities. It won't be as strong as anything you have in the med bay on the Bivkavat, but it would take the edge off of Slamek's pain. That might be enough to get him on his feet again. This type of plant grows in the shade. Look for it on sides of hills and cliffs. Yeah, exactly right. But if I got that, then I would never have to spend $20 on this game again, but I've always also worried about getting, like, a lifetime subscription and then, like, you know, getting a virus on my computer that makes me lose everything, and then I can't get into it, and because that's how I lost, or not being able to access an account when they, like, change security and stuff on me is how I lost my, oh, what was it? Back when the Vulcan research ship was new, I lost that, and I lost I think it was the Cation fighter. No, it was, one of those, the Cation, battleships. Scan plant. It also didn't help that I went from PlayStation to my computer around that time as well, so all my account stuff got all funky. It's just, ugh. This plant looks like it would work as an antipyretic. It should help to alleviate Slamek's fever. Unfortunately, this particular plant doesn't look healthy, and you aren't getting much sap from it. You will need to find a more robust sample of this plant before you can treat Slamek's injuries. This type of plant is like sunny and windy growing conditions. Look for it at the tops of hills and mountains. Well, yeah, but no, it's what happened was the security stuff got messed up between making the two accounts, so I ended up having to lose one of them to have the other, essentially. It's kind of weird how it works out, because if I was to use my PlayStation, I could still get onto that account, but nothing from my PlayStation account transferred over. So I'd have to buy, like, 2 lifetime accounts if I wanted it on the two systems, despite using the same email and passwords and stuff for both. And let's see, Claus 1978. Hey, dude. And yeah, I've seen that a little bit where, like, certain ships will just down your shields and destroy you with the Klingons. It does kind of suck. Yeah. Well, yeah, but I'd like to have at least my, be able to get some of my purchases over. Let's see. So, no, so that one then. Wait. Find a disinfectant. There should be one more thing up here. There it is. Because, if I'm spending 60 bucks on a ship, I would like to be able to use that ship no matter which account I'm using, especially when the accounts are using the same account name and stuff. Yeah. Well, now, especially with streaming, I'd more than likely go over to my or keep it on my PC. It's just I didn't always have a good gaming PC to play it. So let's see. This plant looks like it would work as a disinfectant. It should be strong enough to clear out whatever infections Slamic might have picked up in the arena. But we'll need more samples from this type of plant in order to deal with an injury as severe as Slamic's. This type of plant grows in the washes of the desert. Look for it in large, flat areas. Okay, now I can go and collect them. I can kind of believe that, Claus. Like, it is kind of sucky that they did that, because some of the Klingon ships are supposed to be extremely tanky. Because that's kind of, what they're built for. Especially, like, the Gorn ships and stuff. They're supposed to have, like, a ton of health and really good shields, and it's just... That's not how it works, which is weird. Oh, is that enough? Yep, okay. But, yeah. Or I'd like Battle Cloak to be more effective, too. Yeah, I can see that. And honestly, I think the Klingons should get a lot more love, because people were asking for the Klingon faction since the game was made. And it was originally designed just for PvP, and then they finally made it where you can play it, and it plays into the main storyline of the game. But they really just kind of screw you over on it. Like, I'd like to see more Klingon faction missions as opposed to after you get out of the House Always Wins, you're now playing the same mission as the Federations and everybody else. You know? It's just, it's like, well, it's one of those things. If you're gonna make a secondary faction that people have access to, you gotta expect them to actually play that faction. Okay, time to treat the, Slamic dude. And I never understood why, like, game creators, like, they make a team that focuses on making the game, they make their factions and stuff, but then they don't make teams to specialize on the different factions. It's all they keep it all still one team, so say KDF has fewer people that like them amongst the team, if you let them dedicate their time to working on the KDF stuff, whereas everybody else works on the Federation, you'd have good quality for both because the content being released for the KDF is stuff that they like. Alright, here you go.
Thank you, my friend. I'm feeling better now. I think I can continue.
Ah, yes, let's continue. But I mean, I I get it, I really do. But I mean, if they were coming out with as many ships as they, like, even the Romulans are getting more ships than the KDF got. How messed up is that? When I go to the shipyard to look at ships for my level and stuff, I see three,
Now that we're in the canyon,
maybe.
we shouldn't have to worry about the fighters anymore. Just the local wildlife. Keep your eyes open.
All right, thank you. But I see three, maybe four. KDF ships, or maybe five if you're lucky, counting the ones that you have to buy. But then you look at the Federations. They have three or four that are free, and then another 2 to 3 that you have to buy. Or you look at the Romulans, and you get the 1 or 2. Well, no, they get 1 through 3 as well that are free, and then you have another 3 to 4 that you have to buy. Yeah, exactly. KDF would get a lot more players if they were actually able to use the same fleets and stuff as their Federation characters. And I mean, Captain Shack, a YouTuber I watch, he loves the Klingon faction. But in games like this, he always ends up playing the Federation because there's just more content for him. Or, you know, the fleet that his YouTubers made is the Federation fleet. Not to mention, you end up allying with the Federation anyways. Yeah, the Arbiter and Galaxy Dreadnought Cruiser. Night and day difference. Ooh, Purple Bridge is cool. And the same abilities when you tested him on all 3 factions. Yeah. Oh, Purple Bridge officers, and the same. They had the same abilities on all 3 factions. Yeah, that's the one thing I'll give them is like the bridge officer abilities. It's nice that they share abilities across the factions, though it doesn't quite make sense because the Federation people should have a lot more science-y abilities. You know, like rearranging the deflector dish. You know. High-yield photon torpedoes, I can understand being a universal one. That kind of stuff, but you'd think that the Federation, even like the tactical guys, would be all about, like, you know, remodulating your phasers, or to increase damage. That kind of stuff. Or like the Tychon's Rift ability that certain fleet officers have, the science officers have. Why isn't the Klingons get that as well? Because that's a Federation invention. Or discovery, or one of those things. It's like... Yeah. Or, you know, as a Klingon, you could fight, like, what was it? Section 31 or something like that? The, Central Intelligence people? But yeah, uniting all the factions, or at least having a, like...
The weather isn't going to hold out for too much longer. We should look for a place to spend the night. I've noticed that there are things we can gather along the way to make our night more pleasant.
But yeah, and having the missions where they actually unite you and have you working together makes a lot more sense than the way that they've done it. And honestly, it's kind of weird that the only reason the Klingons and the Federation are fighting, as far as the players are concerned, is your starting mission. Because in that starting mission for the Federation, they get ambushed by a Klingon. and then they go and fight the Borg. For the starting mission for the Klingons, they get ambushed by a Federation ship, and then you hunt down the spy who has you fighting a great house. So by mission 2 in both, you're fighting something completely different, and you never hear reference to the war until much later in the game, if at all. Because you can look at the episodes we get as the Klingons. I don't see... So, let's see. Warzone, you get 2 missions. Vigilance, you get 2 missions. And then you go to Hell, and you don't get to fight the Federation at all. Does that make sense? Oh yeah, in all honesty, by mission 2, like, I'm doing this again. But you know what? By the end of this, you should be aligning with the Federation. That would be the perfect thing to do. Like, introduce some of the other threats, like the Romulans or the Cardassians or whatever, around here. And then you can go through and fight everything else. And honestly, you're not missing out on too much because you're only missing out on 4 missions. Like, you could do that, have us actually be allied, and then, like you said, do a, fight or something like that. Yeah, hang on. Oh, okay. It should be fine. But yeah, and then just call it good there. I mean, all the missions are the same after those 4, so... Oh, I need to talk to this guy, right?
The search patrols are moving on. We will not survive a night in this desert. We need to find shelter and safety. If we can scavenge provisions to create a camp, we'll have a better chance of reaching the wreckage of my ship alive.
What do we need?
I don't know about you, but it has been many hours since I last ate. Our captors gave us just enough food to keep us alive, but I can hear a pack of wild wargles. I have killed hundreds of wargles in the tests. I wonder what they taste like. I expect the wargles will probably lair somewhere near water, perhaps up on a ridge where they can leap down on prey. Let's both keep a lookout somewhere that we may find them.
Continue. Okay, so he wants to eat let's see, find provisions. Wait, how is defeating a wargle parak a engineering thing and not a tactical thing? I have questions. Because science using, like, the cacti to get water and stuff makes sense. But tactical, you gather up firewood. That seems more like a... Do I need to talk to him anymore? No. Get the icon out from above your head. I already talked to you. I know we want to eat dogs. Cat things. But yeah, I know a lot of people didn't talk about it. Because they don't seem to talk about a lot of things in this game. And, okay, I'm going to tell you two something kind of weird. And let me know if you experience the same thing on the computer, but... I have stuff that shows up in, like, my uniform, or my ability to create uniforms and stuff, that isn't included in the game yet. Like, it has no mesh. So, I'm betting the wargles are up there. Because the cave is over there. You've never noticed anything like that? Okay. again, I don't know. Okay, so on my PlayStation, when I made an alien like this, and this was a few years ago, I could make that alien with one of the Cation tails. Wait, is that? So wait, are they over there? Because that looks like the cave I'm supposed to go into. And then on this character, not only do I have this uniform, which it's the uniform that Jayula, one of the NPCs, has. I don't know if that's something that everybody can get when they beat her.
This looks like prime Warrigal territory. A pack could easily hide in those craggy hills to the north and come down for water when they aren't hunting.
Okay, yeah, so it's over there. But yeah, that's where I got this uniform from. Now, I will say this. I have never cheated in this game. I wouldn't even know where to start to cheat. But I don't know where this uniform came from. It's just one day I logged in and I could make characters with a cape. And I'm like, yes, I'm doing this. Ah, yes, there's some mortals. But like I said, I can actually show you once I get back on my ship. I'll go to a tailor. But I have stuff that's, like, unnamed and unmet and has, like, no meshing on it. So, yeah. Okay. Oh, carve it right there.
That should last us through the night. Let's get into this cave before the temperature drops anymore.
But yeah, if you never noticed that, it has me wondering if I'm on like some kind of weird beta version of the game. Which would be hilarious because I downloaded this again like, what, 3 months ago?
The temperature is dropping rapidly now. This cave should protect us from the elements. I've done some exploring. It looks like this cave continues when the sun rises side of the mountain. We could save time and energy by using the passage instead of trying to find a path over the mountain. Excellent. The passage saved us hours. This could be a good day. Let's find my ship.
My ship isn't far from here. I think I can make out smoke from the wreckage on the horizon.
Now, on the computer, I can't make the cattails anymore on the aliens, but I'll show you if it's still there, the arm piece that's all, like, unmeshed and stuff. Because it's just one piece of armor, but it's weird that it's there. Like that.
There she is. She wasn't much to look at, but she was ours. And when we were flying through space, we were free. Perhaps she can help us one last time.
But then again, I've also played this game, like, I was one of the first people to sign up for it when it went free. So, I used to play this back when they had the, oh, what was it called? The hologram shard? Oh, what was that called? Where you could make missions and stuff. Yeah.
We should check to see if the emergency beacon survived the crash. But, in the likely event it didn't, we might be able to piece together some components to create a makeshift emergency beacon.
Okay. Look for a way to contact your ship. Let's see. There is no way this vessel will ever fly again. Damage done by the fall through the planet's atmosphere is severe. If the emergency distress beacon wasn't vaporized in the crash, it's probably buried under 30 meters of rock and sand. Like the singularity drive and the cargo bays. You do, however, find a backup generator with a minuscule amount of energy left. If you had the right components, you think you could construct a makeshift subspace beacon to contact your ship. Man, don't know why that one was so hard to read. Maybe. AFK for a couple? Okay. Yeah, me too. It can be. Okay, is that on? Yep. Alright. Yeah. Alrighty. Subspace paneling. Acquired. Okay, this is the second time I got an invite from this fleet. I also don't accept random invites. Yeah. I don't know if you're still there, Klaus, or if you're back yet, but I've gone on a rant about this once. You do not just randomly invite people to fleets and stuff. That is it's something I do not encourage. And for a couple of reasons. And one, in most games like this, it's considered bad form not to at least whisper somebody and check if they're looking for a guild or fleet or whatever.
Always have manners. Always be
Yep. Okay. Alright. Well, actually, while he's off, I will be right back. I'm going to go for a, yeah, I'm gonna go for a bathroom break. I'll go ahead and change the thing for intermission, and I will be right back. Okay, I am back. Let's go ahead and... Oh no, wait, in-game. There we go. Went to the wrong screen first. Okay. Waiting for it to cycle through. Now let's... Alright. Let's go ahead and make the... Connect makeshift emergency beacon to power source. Okay, every time I've heard makeshift referred to, it has always been a single word. Yet here, it is two different words. I wonder if they were using autocorrect or something. Huh. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. And finish up this mission. Alright.
Did you think you could run from me? There is no place where I cannot find you. My spies are everywhere. Prisoner 1478, take your place. You did your job admirably. It is good to know at least one Riemann understands who is the master and who is the slave. The loss of the listening post was a minor setback. The Riemann's refuge in the Dera system has been destroyed. Dozens of subjects have been tested in my arena. When the Iconians return, they will find I have done all they have asked, and more. But you will not be there on that dreaded day. This tiresome game ends now. You could have been such a fascinating test subject, but this time, no. This time I think a more direct approach is best. Ready? Aim.
Teleport. And that's why you don't monologue until after you shoot them. Alright.
I apologize for Slamic's action. I had no idea there was a traitor in our midst. If his actions caused harm to you or your crew, forgive me. That was not my intent. However, your trip to the Nopata system was not in vain. Now you see. Now you know. Hakiv is a pawn of a greater power. The demons of air and darkness are here. You should report to your superiors. Tell them what you have seen here. Open their eyes to the dangers that lurk in the shadows.
Yep, and now you can give me the special shield.
Congratulations, Commander. Klingon intelligence has completed its analysis of the data you recovered in the Nopata system. The Iconians are using the Tal Shiar as a way to influence the Romulan Star Empire. Their persecution of the Riemanns is directly related to this. They will hound the Riemanns until they are broken, or until they are too suspicious and beaten to ever trust an ally again. This is a coward's way to wage war. Are they too afraid to face us directly? We will stop these machinations now. Then we will see if these demons are brave enough to show their faces. The data you recovered indicates that Hakiv is operating out of the Brea system. Long-range sensor scans suggest that there may be a major Tal Shiar installation there. We want you to infiltrate this system, apprehend Hakiv, and destroy the Tal Shiar base. Hakiv must not escape. He may be the only person who knows how extensive the Iconian influence in Romulan space is.
Alrighty.
Hakiv had a working Iconian gateway?
Oh,
Finally,
I should have read that.
the pieces of the puzzle start to fall into place. We know that the Iconians survived the destruction of their homeworld. Now we know that they are active in Romulan space, and apparently using these gladiatorial combats as a way to test the species of the Alpha Quadrant. Klingon intelligence will analyze the data you recovered from Hakiv's command center. I must confer with Chancellor Jimpok. We have fought one ancient enemy, and one. If the Iconians seek conflict with the Empire, we will destroy them as well.
Okay, and to prompt that, Hakiv had an Iconian gateway. Obasek was right. There we go. Okay, now let's head back and I will show you guys Chronos. I mean, if that's how transport works. That was a glitch. And yes, I always make my ships kind of colorful because why not? It makes my ship unique compared to all the other ships of the same type out there. Beam to the first city. Usually no. Also, welcome back. I've just finished off the mission, so I'll go and show you guys, or show you what I'm talking about with that arm piece. But yeah, I don't know if this was like a mission reward for defeating Jeula, the with the reflections, whatever, or house divided thing, but customize clothing. Okay, modify. So this is her actual outfit. Let's see, uniform. But if I go down to arm attaches, where are you? This is the core. No, I want to keep the core. Where is it? So yeah, if you do use the Mokai is this one. Which again is weird because it doesn't look right on normal characters. But where is the messed up wrist attach? Okay. Where is it? Not the Dikumba. Although it originally looked like this. If I can... Hang on. So you see that there? If it's still here, there is a arm piece that looks similar, but doesn't have the... There it is. Look. Here, I'll move it over. So it's on the left hand. See that? That's the code string for it. And notice it doesn't have a mesh. I don't know why I'm getting stuff like that. Right? That's not something you're supposed to be able to see and all that. Because it's M underscore wrist attach L or I underscore Laurel underscratch 01. That is the code for that glove. But that glove has not been meshed yet. And on my PlayStation a while back, if I went in under hip attach, I'd have the tails and stuff from the cat people to implement on. So there's actually, if I can get back into that game or if I can get back into my account there, I might be able to actually pull up characters that have like the cattails and stuff that are basically a female variant of this species. And I'm sitting here like, wait, that can't be right, but I'll go with it for now. And then, yeah. But again, I don't know why I have that. As far as I know, I am not on a beta branch of this game. And it's just like the Discovery Core command. Why do I have that? I don't know where it came from per se, unless it's part of a reward from somewhere else. But yeah, I saw a cape and I had to get it. Like, I mean, there's no other way, right? Oh, that was the wrong button. That's the button I want. But yeah, that's the cape, the uniform. I'm not too worried about because, like I said, unless it's something that they were planning on releasing later, that for some reason I just happen to have, I'm not too worried about it. But I've also noticed I'm the only person using it. Like, this is, no wait, that's Apprentice Lore Singer. Let's see if I can find any characters. So either they haven't done the mission that I did, which I highly doubt. Oh, liberated Borg character. Or something's going on. Because, I mean, you look at the uniforms they're using. So, I don't know what's going on there. But the fact that I even have that mesh arm thing is making me go, should I report this or just leave it alone? Because my games have always had weird things like that. Okay, let's go continue on with the mission. But, right? And like I said, I don't cheat. I've never cheated. Maybe. I mean, I would love to get in contact with the devs and be like, hey, there's some weird stuff going on with my account, like body parts showing up where they're not supposed to be and stuff like that. Like, like if I choose helmeted head on any spying on you because you did some sagey stuff like apologizing, maybe as a Klingon. But it's just weird that kind of stuff is happening. And like you saw, it was only on the one arm that I could even do that. But I'm sitting here like, what the heck is going on with this? But yeah, just randomness.
We have arrived in the Brea system. Preliminary scans show automated defenses and a handful of Romulan ships, most likely Tal Shiar vessels. If we're going to reach that planet and beam down safely, we'll have to breach the Romulan defenses. The weapons platforms are probably short range, but we must disable the satellites and any enemy ships in orbit, or any away team that we send to the planet will be in immediate danger. Tactically, it would be wise to draw off the ships and engage them separately from the fixed defenses. The Zedenia is prepared to assist you in the attack when you are ready.
Zedenia. That is a lovely ship name. I think he named it after his wife. Yeah, maybe
Enemy
some...
vessel. You are in Romulan space. Leave immediately, or you will be destroyed.
Maybe someday I'll be able to. Maybe someday. Well. Oh. I didn't do that. That's what I should have used that as. Harping torpedo. Yeah, but there's that shield issue that he was talking about before. Wait, did I put on my new... I did not put on my new shields. Killed me once, but only once. Okay, there we go. Yeah, apparently you get the, good shields at the mission right before this one, so near the very end. Also, it chromes out your ship, which is kind of an interesting choice. Okay, hang on. I will go ahead and lower the audio. Okay, let's see. Effects. Overall volume, FX volume. Okay. Let's keep it at around 20. Okay, apparently 21. Yeah, it kind of does that to all the ships that I've played. It might be because I paint them though, but yeah, it's an interesting choice. Because now I feel like I should be part of the, you know, taking Queen Amidala to Alderaan. And Infinity Lockbox. Tech upgrade. Torpedo. Right? Did I say Alderaan? I should have said, Naboo. Because the Nubian, which is that really chrome ship she was flying, was, only ever seen there. Although I will say a, Nubian style, like, CR-90 would be interesting. Hey, we're not done killing the turrets. They want me to go and teleport down before I'm done getting XP. Yeah, right? And that's all because they were the good guys. Oh yeah, there's a kind of fun game out called X4 that has a pretty decent Star Wars mod already set up for it. It's I mean the game isn't too new. It came out a couple of years back, but X4 has a pretty decent Star Wars mod out for it that's got some cool ships in it. It's one of those games where the
Long-range sensors show that Tal Shiar reinforcements are closing on this location. We must be swift. The Tal Shiar base is mobilizing. We need to hurry if we're going to have any chance to find Hakiv and his Iconian connections. I'll meet you on the surface.
Yeah. Give me 5 minutes to talk about that. Oh yeah, the only problem with X4 is it doesn't quite have the same level of progression. Like, you only go up to, I think it's 20 for the how much factions like you, and there's not a whole lot of missions to do yet because they're working on getting all of the, each faction gets its own like DLC update, and then you get better and better stuff off of that, and each one adds like a single storyline, but there's not really any cutscenes in it yet or anything like that. So it's getting interesting, but the Star Wars mod for now is removing all of the like storyline missions because they kind of want to put their own in. But yeah, no, and then X3 also released for people who own the game a free new game that's based off of the old X3 system. That's basically it's a fan made game, so that's kind of interesting. Okay, let's beam down and start shooting people. Because that's the Klingon way.
We have a problem. The Tal Shiar are trying to jam transporters, and particle leakage from the strange technology here is affecting our targeting sensors. My scientists can't identify the type of particles yet, but several of my troops are reporting in from different locations. Transporters are being diverted. You're on your own for the moment. My scans show that the Tal Shiar have secured some areas of this base with force fields. You'll have to disable them, or find ways around them. Hakiv will be somewhere well defended, but we have him cornered now.
Okay. But yeah, no, it is a really fun game. It's just not really good for stream because there's not a lot of missions yet. So unless you can make up your own missions or have somebody to kind of act like a oh, what's the best way? Kind of act like a dispatcher for you. You're literally just flying around a ship, like blowing up mines or hunting pirates, and that's it. But for the X3 one, they released something called Legacy of Farnham. It's spelled weird, but it's you start out with your tiny ship, and I think you improve from there, but I'm not entirely sure. I need to play it to find out. But I do own that one, so I might play that tomorrow. Yeah, for right now, you kind of have to create your own experience, but they have the X-Wings in with the working wings, and the B-Wings in with the working wings, and even the Mandalorian Fang Fighters in with the working wings. So it's really cool. And then, like, the Theta shuttles and all that kind of jazz. But like you said, it's kind of like Star Citizen. You got to create your own experience, and there's just not really enough content yet for that. Okay. For some reason, she wants to talk to me. Sir, I'm having trouble getting through all of the interference. Away team members are reporting in from all over. I'll try to keep in contact, sir, and we'll organize the beachhead teams where possible. Once a team assembles, they may be able to use site-to-site transport to provide you with reinforcements. Cool, so I'm on my own. Do I have a rifle? Yeah, kind of. I'll stick with what I have. It's better. But I do have my dog. No, that's like one of the best things about the Klingon is you get a combat pet. Oh. Alright. Looks like the Tal Shiar are using force fields and construction supplies to choke off access points. They must have detected us in orbit, and they've put the base on emergency lockdown. Our orbital scans show that a lot of these buildings have catwalks and balconies you may be able to use to get to some of the other, or to get over some of the walls and barricades. Some of our tactical teams made it to the surface with beachhead equipment. You may be able to get support from them. Romulan ships will be here soon, though, so we'll have to raise the Biv Kavat's shields and won't be able to use transporters. Continue. Alright. Call for support. love how they're diverting transporters, but you can still use transporters. The less powerful ones, in fact. Okay. Setting spatial charge. And this gets annoying too because they don't actually talk, so every time one of my crew members call me, I have to read out what they're saying. That's the first charge, sir. I've downloaded virtual markers to your HUD that will show you where to go and place additional charges. Okay. But yeah, one of the main things that I kind of don't like about Star Trek Online is it's very hand-holding. I've been, I've been out of the tutorial for what, almost 16 missions, and I'm still getting them calling in, oh, we've downloaded stuff to your HUD so you know what to do, and stuff like that. See what I mean? Okay, sir, Romulans are amassing reserves in multiple locations around the base. The Bivkavat is in synchronous orbit, Captain. We can provide fire support if you supply target coordinates. Call for orbital fire from high vantage points. Optional. Exactly, right? Because I'll be, we'll be several missions from now and still be getting tutorial type stuff. Like, what the heck? Alright. Plant spatial charge. There's another catwalk on the other side of this rotunda. Oh, you wouldn't say. You know what? Let's strike him from orbit. Also, why was it a Katinga when it should have been a Burrell? I'm asking for a friend. To the right, ground level, our scans indicate that the building houses a data facility. Yes. And I think if I go over here, yep. So, random scorpion fighter. And I'm supposed to go over here and depolarize a gravimetric lift. Right? Wait, where's... I'm almost certain it was this panel that's supposed to do that. Heavy disruptor. Huh. Apparently I'm not supposed to do any about that here. Oh yeah, you do, dude. We'll catch you around. And thanks for the follow. Okay. That's a guard. Cool. Alright. Plant this spatial charge. Call for support.
Enemy target on sensor. Personal shield losing power. Flanking damage detected.
There we go. Alright, who are you aiming at? Nobody, you already killed that person. Okay, so apparently I failed that somehow. Probably because this little icon wouldn't show up. Oh, is there a... Yeah, using an AoE debuff on somebody who doesn't have a team doesn't work. Yeah, right? No, I completely agree with that. I'm pretty much only playing for the story as well, because honestly, I'm not that big of a PvPer. And then on top of that, this game doesn't... this game's endgame is basically just a grind anyways. So, yeah, doing it for the storyline is so much better. Okay, Hakiv's in the promenade outside of a building southwest of your location, but you're separated from him by one of those force fields. There's an access gate on the walkway, but you'll need to disable the force field. If you create a massive power draw at one of the other large facilities, it should temporarily disrupt the field. If you get back on the rooftops, it will give you a better vantage point. Continue. Yeah. But, you know, in my opinion, Star Trek is not really about the combat in the first place. It's about the ships. And IE should be about the ship combat. That was the control panel I was supposed to use. I was off by a bit. Wait. How am I supposed to get up there? Disable force field by drawing power away. Ah, there it is. Yeah, but Star Trek has always for me been about the ships. I want the coolest looking, the sleekest looking, or the most advanced, you know? And then, of course, the story, because that's a major plot point, or that's a major point in the series, is the story's always been pretty good. Now, don't get me wrong, the writing has always been a little bit corny, but that's fine. Okay, you're saying I need to be in this building. Oh, you're saying I need to be on top of this building. Oh, now I get to do this. Okay. Okay.
Flanking damage detected. Personal shield losing power.
There we go. Okay. Okay, the data center is now drawing emergency power. The force field is compromised. Sir, Hakiv's in a reinforced section of the base. You'll need an access chip or else the doors won't open. We're reading a forward observer team on the highest building in your area. If you can get the officer's access chip, that should get you into the heart of the base. There we go. Always fun when they decide to have 3 things pop up on your screen at once. It's like, what a nerd, he's reading. Okay. So we go around here. Order an orbital strike. Vaporized him. That's always fun in a Star Trek game. Death from above. But yeah, it's always been one of those kind of things with me. It's one of the reasons I haven't really gotten into like the fleets and stuff. Okay, that's my guys. Okay.
Personal shield losing power.
Ooh, integrated targeting armor. Okay, You should be able to use the officer's ID chip to bypass the security lock on the access gate in front of the central plaza. Hakiv is directing defenses operations from there. Defense operations. Defense operations. That sounded a lot more Star Wars than Star Trek. Battle stations. Battle stations. Yeah. Especially since, like, Endgame is, like, scanning for this stuff so that you can get a slightly better phaser turret than the other guys. It's like, come on, really? If I was them for Endgame, I would have you going out into the Delta Quadrant or the Alpha Quadrant and doing... I think we're in the Delta Quadrant. So yeah, going out into the Alpha Quadrant and collecting science stuff and meeting new alien races and stuff, and just do like a Radiant quest line. Okay, 9. You know, you could have attacked and had a meal. But I mean, that seems more endgame for Star Trek. Okay, my ship. I still need to change that name because Biv Kaft is weird. We have a problem up here, Commander. Over the past few minutes, the ship has started to suffer a series of cascading system failures. It's nothing serious yet, but it looks like we're being hit by an Iconian virus. We'll purge the computer memory and restore from archives, but that will take some time and we'll continue to have system problems until the work is complete. If it works, Hakeem can simply send another virus our way. You'll need to find and destroy the Iconian transmitter before the Vivkavat will be secure. Sir. And this is where I have to ask the question, why is our communications computer hardwired into our ship's computer? If it wasn't, we could cut them off, still have comms, and not be receiving signals from the enemy.
None of this matters. We just need to open the gate, bring the Iconians here, and it will be over.
That was Taurus's plan, too. And you saw how that ended for her.
We finally have the opportunity. Victory is within our grasp.
You call this victory? It's over. This is done. You're done.
No! We can still finish... You're the cause of all of this! You don't even understand what you walked into. You're too late to stop it. A lowly being such as yourself cannot even recognize the true power the Iconians represent. And that any future will depend on a place in their regime. All you've done is arrive in time for the end of existence as you know it.
And this is where Haki breaks into song. It's the end of the world as we know it.
Personal shield losing power.
Fool! I can call as many reinforcements as I need.
Not now. My ship has put an interference field around this plaza. It's over.
Aha! For improved damage potential.
You think you've stopped me? The Iconians already know.
They know everything. They'll be here soon. And
Where'd my
nothing
pistol
you've
go?
done will make a difference. It's not over. It's over for you.
Well, he's been executed. Okay, there's my pistol. Back from the grave. Okay. Now I can talk to him or speak with Obasek. Oh, right, I can't fix the... Why? Okay.
The road to Riemann independence will be long and bloody, but this is a significant step. While I do not seek your approval of my methods, the crossing of our paths has been fortuitous. It's a pity you cannot aid us further in our liberation. You have my respect, and the respect of my crew. If in the future we encounter one another again as allies, I would find this gratifying. I must return to the Zedinia. I recommend you finish what you came to do and leave quickly.
Continue. Okay. We've located the Iconian computer systems. They're in a research room near the courtyard, just back the way you came. Okay. Saying plant them here? Right, I can't do anything with this. Because I'm not a science officer. I'm just, you know, a ship's engineer. It's not like I can have my science officer teleport me the CD to put in there. You were dead. Alright, planting spatial charge. Alright. That is a big gateway. It's a huge Iconian gate. Okay, sir, we have your coordinates, but we can't beam you up until the gate is destroyed. We're still getting strange interference. We are prepared to destroy the large Iconian gate with an orbital bombardment, but will target the warhead yield... Wait. We'll target the warhead yield, but you should get to an area away from the blast. Continue. So instead, I run over here. Order bombardment as I hide amongst all this rubble. Rubber? Alright.
Sela is here with her flagship. I'm trying to hold her off, but the Zedinia is no match for a ship of that class. You'd better return to your vessel quickly.
Beam out. I love how his ship is no match for a ship that size. My ship is smaller.
Enemies of the Romulan people, this insurrection will not stand. Your hostile actions against a Romulan colony world are acts of war. Surrender now, and you and your crews will be treated fairly as prisoners.
We have our work cut out for us. I will assist you. After all, we face a common foe.
Continue. Okay, now I can start shooting things. And yes, I'm still using the Harping torpedo because that thing's awesome.
My ship is disabled. You must finish it.
Oh, there she is, the lead hull. I've noticed that my Tachyon Beam 2 isn't as powerful either. So she wants to play the stealth game, huh? Eat that. I'll launch some Scorpion fighters. Oh, she went stealth again.
Rear shields failing. Right shields failing.
Nice. Alrighty. Eclo. Is she remodulating her shield? That bitch. Go. Forward. Forward. There we go. Brace for impact. That doesn't do much. Where is it? Dilithium debugging. I think that's repair so much hull.
This is your last chance to resist, and you will face the full might of the Romulan Star Empire.
Sensors are reading a gate opening. There's a ship coming through. Can't get a sensor lock on it.
That's
They're taking the
because it's
Leovol in
Iconian.
tow. They're heading back through the gate.
The Leovol. Question, where's that extra A? Okay. Give me somebody who has lines. Did Sayla just escape or was she kidnapped against her will? Regardless, this gate is deep in Romulan space. It's too risky to leave it in Tal Shiar control. Even with Hakiv and the Empress gone. So now you want me to go shoot it. I am okay with this.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Alright. So, target it there first. Why did that thing have the thing off of it? Okay. If that was another Iconian gateway, that explains how they moved entire fleets. We have to get out of Romulan space and warn the home world. The Romulan threat may be over for now, but it looks like a bigger threat is looming on the horizon. Jeez, that felt like it was such a tutorial mission. Like, everything about that felt very tutorial-y, and I think it's because...
The Klingon Defense Force will continue the search for Sila's vessel. But as of right now, we have no idea where the Iconians took her, or if she went willingly. I find this turn of events disturbing. Sila's absence will throw the Romulan Star Empire into even greater chaos. And we have found that the Romulans are at their most dangerous when they are wounded. They suffered a grievous wound today. We are not done with them yet. I fear the return of the Iconians could change everything.
Okay, collect the reward.
Congratulations, Commander.
Ooh. Level up. Alright. Yeah, the thing is with the Klingons, you really have to go into the engineering and the science specs. Otherwise, your ship is going to die very quickly. Which is silly, because you think with the Klingons you'd want to go into the weapons and stuff. But their weapons already have a slight buff, so you definitely want to go into these ones. But even then, your ship is still technically weak. Okay. The Iconians are a threat to the Empire?
I agree. The Iconians are a cause for concern.
Oh.
Their motives are still unknown to us, as are their plans for the Quadrant. What we do know is that they desire chaos. Many of the problems we currently face can be directly traced back to their machinations. If they had not antagonized the Undine, would we be at war with the Federation today? They push us into battles that drain our resources. They fracture the powers of the Quadrant so that no one will be able to stand against them when they finally arrive. They must be stopped. I do not fear these demons of air and darkness. Let them come. The Empire will defeat them.
Okay, so this just told me something. And that is, they need to rearrange their episodes a little bit. Darkness Before the Dawn.
I have
Take
been
that.
in contact with the Riemanns. The High Council wishes to seek an alliance with them. I do not necessarily agree, but it is not my place to question the will of the Council. Obasek has asked to speak with you. You can meet his ship in the Hakona system. You fought well. Continue to bring honor to your ship and your fleet, and you will be one of the heroes of the Empire. Kapla!
Okay, excellent. So, what I just heard from him indicates that... Yes, give me my duty officers. Okay, thank you. So the Borg Advance is where you learn that the Iconians are antagonizing the Undying. You play through these missions at around level 40. So the Borg missions should actually be before the Romulan Mystery. So this should probably be about where the new Romulus stuff is. Or the Borg needs to be right after the Fikiri return. Otherwise, they're out of sync. Because again, we don't... Technically, we're not supposed to know that the Undyne are attacking the... Or that the Iconians are attacking the Undyne. Because you discover that here. So... I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a little bit of a thing, but it's one of those things where it kind of messes stuff up as far as the lore progression of the game, which, as you and I both said, that's one of our favorite parts in this. Okay, let's go ahead and... Honestly, I prefer auto-navigate than transwarp because I like seeing my ship fly around. At least for a little bit. Especially if it's not that far away. I still feel like I need to be taking the Queen of Naboo to Naboo. Or to Coruscant to talk about the Trade Federation. Actually, that works. Considering that the Federation was the enemy in the Clone Wars and stuff, and even the Phantom Menace, the fact that I have a chromed ship and I'm thinking of taking the Naboo Queen to the to Coruscant to talk about the Trade Federation is just hilarious.
We will be free.
Why have you returned to the vault?
Our base in the Dera system was heavily damaged by the Tal Shiar. We have reactivated the vault, and we will continue to rebuild it. A place that was once used to create weapons of war will now be a home, where all are welcome.
Continue?
We will be free.
What about the Romulan refugees who live in the vault?
I have no quarrel with them. My people fought for freedom and for peace. We can learn to live with the Romulans, if they will learn to live with us.
Continue.
We will be free.
Do you know what happened to Sayla?
I do not.
Or Sela?
I know the Romulan military is searching for her, but there have been no indications of where the demons took her, or what their plans for her are. We will be free.
Do you think Sela was working with the Iconians?
My instincts tell me no, but I have no proof. Sela was at odds with the Tal Shiar. I do not think it would have been so if they served the same master.
True.
We will be free.
Okay, okay, I got like 3 more? Yeah, 3 more. What are the Romulans doing now that Sela has disappeared?
The petty arguments and plays for power Sela crushed have begun anew. There are dozens who wish to rule the Empire. It will take some time before a new leader arises. Until then, much blood will be shed.
Okay.
We will be free.
One of your resistant fighters has asked to join my crew.
I wish him well. I never wanted to rule my people, and I put no restrictions on their freedom. If there are Riemanns who wish to rebuild their lives elsewhere, they are welcome to do so. We will be free.
What will you do now?
My people are free, but there is much more to do. The Romulans hate and fear us, and we do not have a planet to call our own. I do not think our fight is over. We will be free.
Okay. I don't have any more questions.
Farewell, my friend. I would welcome the chance to fight by your side again.
Continue.
We will.
Congratulations, Commander.
Okay, so let's see. Captain, Obasik transported something for you to the Bivkaft. I still need to change that name. Do you got any good ones, Claus? Says he wanted to give you something to remind you of old friends and new beginnings. I've taken the liberty of having the item moved to the crew lounge. You can see it there. Okay.
We have been contacted by Commander Sarish Minna of Deep Space Nine. She has requested your assistance with a delicate matter involving Cardassia and Bajor. Although Bajor is a Federation world and we are technically at war, our ties with Bajor go back many years. Ambassador Worf even served on Deep Space Nine for a time. Therefore, we have negotiated for your services with Starfleet as a special dispensation. Help the Commander, but never forget who you truly serve.
So, again, here's the perfect thing. Since these missions scale with your level, if they simply move the Cardassian episodes down next to the either Warzone or Vigilance, like maybe even between Vigilance and the Fakiri, they could make it where you're at peace with the Federation and can actually join Federation fleets. Then you can have fleets that are all factions. Just that simple. Okay, accept.
Serve the Empire well.
That is a lot of missions that, like, he wants to give us, but if you're actually following the storyline, you want to go in order of the episodes and just take the automatic ones. Let's see. Assets. Yay. Actually, I can get another Phoenix Prize lockbox. Let's do the lockbox. Alrighty. Go ahead and do you. Cool. Ooh, I got a new thingamajigger. Suit power, basically. Quantum mortar. Ooh, fun. Okay. Uncommon prize token. Okay. Rare. Uncommon. Holographic combat drone, combat pet, consumed on use. Don't want that one. Dilithium, consumed on use, Theron shuttle, non-combat pet. Fighter combat. I think I got that once. Fleet credit bonus. Universal tech upgrade. That wouldn't be half bad. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Let's actually upgrade this. Change protective status to on. No, upgrade item. Item to upgrade. Tech upgrade. Okay. Only have 200 dilithium left. Item to upgrade. Phoenix. Okay. That will upgrade it to... Upgrade? Ready to upgrade. Upgrade item. Claim item. Okay, cool. Got a slightly better Harping torpedo launcher. Okay, let's go to Deep Space Nine. Transwarp. Wee. Alright. Gamma Quadrant, that's the one. Approach Deep Space Nine. There we go. Oh, that is a big ship. That's the other thing. I can kind of understand the Federation having a lot more health, because their ships are freaking huge. Like, they have some of the biggest ships I've seen in the game. Because you look at this one compared to that, that's the biggest Romulan ship there is. Sarish Mina. I think it's an ops. Sarish Mina.
How can I help you?
Who are you?
My name is Sarish Mina. I hold the rank of Commander in Starfleet. I am the Operations Officer for Deep Space Nine. I also serve informally as a liaison to the Bajoran Militia and the Vedic Assembly. And I'm the subject matter expert on Bajor. Being Bajoran myself, I know the people and have their trust.
Back.
How can I help you?
I was told to report to you.
Welcome to Deep Space Nine, and thank you for coming so quickly. During the occupation of Bajor, many sacred artifacts were stolen and studied. After the Bajoran-Cardassian Treaty was signed in 2371, these artifacts were supposed to be returned. However, the Obsidian Order, the Cardassian Military Intelligence Branch, opposed the treaty and apparently hid at least some of these artifacts in their warehouses. We know this because we have been contacted by the Cardassian government. There is a faction among the Cardassians called the True Way that rejects the treaty with the Federation. This organization infiltrated a defunct Obsidian Order facility and stole an orb of the Prophets.
Continue.
These orbs are precious to our people. They have been given to us by the Prophets. They possess mysterious and unusual powers. Many of them grant visions to supplicants. We believe the True Way are operating out of a base in the Badlands. We would like you to travel to the Badlands and attempt to recover the orb on behalf of the Bajoran people.
I'll track down those responsible for stealing the Orb of the Prophets.
How can I help you?
Okay. Spoils of
The
war.
True Way has stolen an orb that the Obsidian Order failed to return after the war. Although we don't know for certain where they have taken it, we have been getting dozens of reports of raiders hitting civilian ships near the Badlands. Starfleet intelligence believes that the raids are related to True Way activity in that region. We know that area is a haven for smugglers and criminals of all types. It stands to reason that the True Way are using it to avoid capture as well. They might even be using some of the Maquis bases that were abandoned before the Cardassian War. We believe the Badlands are therefore the most likely place for the True Way to be hiding the stolen orb. The Badlands are dangerous and filled with hostile ships. This should be a worthy challenge for the ship. Show the True Way why they should not be so quick to draw the ire of the Empire.
Accept.
How can I help you?
Exit. Okay. Now I'm gonna go check and make sure that I have my most advanced ship, because... Ooh. Hey, it's Cisco's James Curland. That's the baseball they got for Cisco. That was... Yeah, that was an episode. Let's see. Okay. Deep Space Nine Promenade. Okay, that's the medical... Is this the dock? Oh, that's to return to my ship, which is docked on the outer ring. I need the command center. Hey, guys. Frontier devices, weapons, kits. That's too. Okay. I remember there being a way to access your ships and stuff here. Is it through here? No, I think this is just a cargo space. Okay. Ah, there's the ship stuff. I think. Yeah, yeah. Consoles. Manage, acquire ships, or customize. Okay. Acquisition equipment. Shuttle information. Oh, cool. Okay, so let's see. Yeah. Okay, so the Merciless had 3 and 1. You have 2. Okay. 2 and 1. Neat. Alrighty. I need more consoles. Alrighty. So let's see. You have one more engineering console I can put in. What's this? Warhead yield. Pre-file chamber. Put that in for right now. Science. Do I not have any? I don't have any more of those ones. Okay. That is fine. Maybe I can... I could take that, but it's not that good. Okay. And yeah, that's my most advanced ship, so let's beam out. Okay. Not now. Go to the Badlands system. Yes. Transfer to Alpha Quadrant. Actually, I think... Can I not? Okay. That definitely needs to get replaced with a... I kind of want to do a phaser array, but I also don't. So let's leave that for now. Begin Spoils of War. It is the Spoils of War. Okay. We have arrived in the Badlands, sir. Our intelligence indicates that this is an area of heavy true-way activity. However, the plasma storms and gravitational anomalies interfere with our sensors. We will need to search the Badlands for signs of true-way occupation. I'm receiving a distress call. Acknowledge.
To any ships in the vicinity, I am under attack by a group of Cardassian ships identifying themselves as the True Way. Please, render assistance immediately.
Set a course for the freighter. Ramming speed. Ooh. Okay. Eat lead. Okay. Man, that emergency maneuver really speeds up these ships. Hail freighter.
Thanks for the assistance. I knew I never should have cut through the Badlands, but it takes weeks off my journey.
What happened?
Well, I was just hauling my cargo through the Badlands, and I passed some strange anomaly. I took a scan of it on my way by, and then a bunch of Cardassian ships appeared out of nowhere. They ordered me to surrender in the name of Gul Kardec and the True Way.
What did you do?
My freighter is obviously no match for them. I tried to get away, but they disabled my engines. They were just about to board me, I believe, when you arrived. If you're looking for the True Way, I would head for that anomaly.
Thank you. I'd recommend you repair your engines and exit the area. Scan the anomaly. So this area of space is actually very interesting. I love the plasma storms and stuff. And actually, fun fact, we recently discovered that around Earth, there is a similar, around our solar system, there is a similar anomaly as this. Just a wall of radiation and plasma, basically a wall of fire. That's all, like, basically radioactive fire and stuff. It's fascinating, because that means that our, what's the word for it? Our solar system is cut off from the rest of the galaxy. All those, audio signals and stuff that they've heard in space.
You have fallen into our trap, and now you will never locate our base.
But yeah, all that audio stuff that they kept finding in outer space and stuff, that was actually just our own stuff bouncing back at us. Oh, it knocked me out of my scan. Okay. This anomaly appears to be some kind of tear in the fabric of space-time, of the space-time continuum. It appears dormant, but I believe it could be widened to become a portal. I am detecting traces of orb energy in the area. I believe I might be able to follow it. Hail, Commander Sarish.
Sarish here.
We have located a trail of orb energy. Oh, that one's hard to read. We are about to follow it. We could use some backup.
Acknowledged. I will be along in the Defiant shortly.
Thank you, Commander. Scanning for orb energy. I wonder if it's over there. It appears to lead to that moon. Go full impulse and cloak, just because that's the Klingon way. There we go. I hate how he just stopped moving, because that means that I outfly him. Got him. Ooh. That's actually a really good find right there. Because that means I don't have to use the reward from the mission for that. Actually, before, let's go ahead and... Okay, so let's see. Plasma Disruptor... Yep, better. Ah. Wow, look at that damage output. That was like one volley. That is nice. Scan the moon. Alright. Scans indicate this is a true-way moon base. I have located an appropriate place to beam in. Are you ready to beam down? Beam down. With my entire senior staff, because that's how this should work. Okay. I've transported inside the true-way base. Or, we have transported inside the true-way base. I am detecting orb energy coming from somewhere nearby. I am also detecting a number of Cardassian life signs. Looks like we'll have to fight our way through to the orb. That in Star Trek? Okay, gonna play some X3 Albion Prelude, another of my favorite games. Oh, so I was just talking about X4 with, Blackflow, and it's, yeah, have you tried out X4 yet? I mean, I know it's not as polished as X3, but, you know, it's just a question I have. That in Star Trek. Yeah. No, see, I love Star Trek Online, but I'm really using, X4 to get my Star Wars fix. because right now they have a lot of the Star Wars fighters, including the Mandalorian ones. It is for right now. Honestly, they need to finish making the plot lines for it. They really need the next DLC or the next couple of updates to focus on adding missions to the game. Because right now, you have like 3 to 4 different kinds of missions, and that's it. Okay, there we go.
Enemy target on sensor.
Yeah. Did you get the free, X3 game, Legacy of Farnham? Or Farham, or however you pronounce it? Because that was a big thing a couple... I have it. I haven't played it yet. But it uses, it's based off of the system for X3 Albion Prelude. But it's kind of its own game.
Enemy target on sensor.
So I would say probably pretty nice. Like I said, I haven't gotten to try it out yet. I might play it, actually, I might try it out tomorrow, in all honesty. I tend to try and, stream at around the same time every day. Well, not every day. I try to take about 3 days off a week from, streaming, just because I also have my other job that I do. I know, with a voice like mine, streaming isn't my thing. Ah. Yeah, I actually need to try out Vanilla X3. I got it because I saw the Star Wars mod with Captain Shack, but I really need to try out that game on Vanilla. Yeah. But no, right now mostly I play X4, because like I said, X4, they got a lot of the fighters and stuff that you don't see in the other games. Like, they have the Lambda class shuttle. There's over 40 Star Wars ships included so far. And more to come along with missions and stuff. Like, they're trying to get it back to the kind of the X3 experience. Because, in all honesty, X3 was one of the better games. As far as exploration and... Come on. There we go. Okay, 5 out of 6. But, yeah, no, I'll probably try it out later. Like I said, I might start a playthrough tomorrow of it. Because I have been looking to do a few more games. The problem is games like X3 and games like that tend to take a while. Yeah, it's on the older engine. Okay, hang on a sec, gotta read this out. Sir, my scans indicate that Gul Kardec has sealed himself in his office, but I believe we can override the lockout at the security console on that podium. Acknowledge. Yeah, exactly. But that's another thing is I kind of like the longer campaigns too. It's just especially X3, a lot can go wrong. Like, you come out of a portal right at the same time as a larger ship and dead. You know? And while people laugh at that on stream, they also don't like watching you play through an extra hour's worth of content that you've already played through. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Legacy of Farnham is its own game using the X3 system. So you might want to look at that because it was a big deal. It's a fan-made game.
Greetings. I am Gul Kardec.
Hang on.
This orb is the property of the Cardassian government. The true Cardassian government. The true way. And you can't have it. Guards!
Yeah, but it's
Fools,
using the old system.
You will never defeat me.
Okay. But yeah, it's all based around that, and even the devs endorsed it. They're like, this is a great addition to the X3 family and stuff, but they designed it, or they helped the mod creators design it so that it can be played on its own. So you don't actually have to have X3 to play it, you just got it for free if you did. Are you guys still shooting stuff? What the heck? They're so far away, you have to... What the heck? Yeah. But no, if you enjoy watching streams and stuff, X3 is like an excellent game for watching streams and all that, because while you're waiting for like a ship to build or a base to build, you can watch that, or if you're having to wait for a certain like thing to happen in game. Lower force. Okay, hang on.
Dear Kardec, you can imagine my surprise to receive a message from you. I must commend you on the clever way you opened a pathway to our universe. We shall make good use of it, and you have our gratitude. If we can ever return the favor, let me know. Regarding that other matter you speak of, while we certainly share your detest for the Federation and are willing to assist you in opposing them in theory, there are certain territorial issues we will have to iron out before we feel comfortable committing military forces. Perhaps we can arrange a meeting in the usual place.
Alright, download message. Yeah, exactly. I think it was the, it was trying to get my flight stick, set up, like, yeah, originally when I played X3, I tried to do, like, the initial mission, but with how much damage the other fighters could do, and the fact that I didn't have a flight stick, so I couldn't pull off some of the maneuvers I needed to, it kind of made it where the game was way harder than it needed to be. I use mouse and keyboard for now. I have HOTAS I need to set up soon. Yeah, yeah, but I tried, oh, what was it? I tried a couple different starts, but the combat without a joystick at least, and the menus is what kind of made me go, you know what, I'll wait on this. That, and like I said, I was trying to figure out how to get the like lit cube stuff on there, because it's all like coding and stuff like that, or finding the right area for the mods, and I'm like, okay, I'll hold off until I can get this set up to kind of do what I want to do with it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, well, like I said, I tend to stream most days at around the time when, well, let's see, you popped in when I'd been streaming for almost an hour, so, or almost 2 hours, I think. Okay, let's go ahead and beam up for now. Because I usually start about, with the controls. Yeah. Okay. Sir, incoming hail from Commander Sarish.
We are approaching the Badlands. What is your status?
Okay. Um, but yeah, I could use that for sure. We have secured the orb. Cool Kardec has escaped. We are about to attempt to track him.
I will be along in the Defiant momentarily, and may the prophets smile upon you.
And you, Commander.
Looks like I arrived just in time.
Okay. Did you? I guess she did. Stealth field. Okay. Do that and... So one of my top Star Trek, mine are pretty much TNG, because that's the first one I ever saw, and Voyager, because that's the first one I saw from beginning to end. As far as effects go, I probably have to give it up for Enterprise, because they had the best budget and the best stuff for effects. But overall, for storyline, I'm probably gonna have to go for TNG and Voyager. Yeah, exactly. Now, as far as the movies go, I have to say, I don't really have a favorite movie, but I have a favorite scene in a movie. So, the Klingon storyline in this game mimics the scene in the movie, but it's in the journey home where they go out to find the whales, and there's the whaling ship, and the bird of prey decloaks like right off the bow of the whaling ship. That's got to be like the best scene in any of the movies. Oh yeah, they definitely don't cover nearly enough content. But like I said, as far as scenes in the movie, that's got to be one of the most iconic scenes because it includes one of my favorite ships, the Bird of Prey, and the face on those whalers when it decloaks and all you see at first is that red circle where the photon torpedo comes out of. Ah, it's called The Journey Home. It's the one right after the Search for Spock with the well probe. Overall, the movie was kind of meh. It had some comedy in it, which was pretty like hilarious. Like watching Chekhov go up to like a police officer, and he's like, "Where do you keep the nuclear vessels?" Trying to find a nuclear vessel so they can stabilize their dilithium. That is hilarious because at the time, Cold War, and there's this Russian guy walking around asking about nuclear secrets just out in the open. Um, but yeah, that's like one of my favorite scenes in any of the movies. Um, I'm. It really was, but it was also one of those kind of green PC movies of the time. It was all about saving the whales because in the future we don't have any because they went extinct because reasons. But the whale probe is coming and it's sending out a signal that's like disabling everything and destroying things. But really, what it is it's sending a signal to the Earth to talk to the whales, and just stupid stuff like that kind of make me go, not the best as far as plot lines, but it's got some good humor in it. It's got some pretty decent effects. It's got a good, like I said, it's got a really cool scene with a bird of prey, which you don't get very often. But okay, so I'm gonna read this and then. Yeah. Sir, I'm detecting a plasma wake leading away from here. I think it belongs to Gurul Kardec's ship. I believe I can modify our deflector dish to emit ionizing radiation, which should interact with the plasma wake, illuminating it. The illumination effect won't last very long, though. We will have to hurry. Make modifications and prepare to emit radiation on my command. But yeah, it was completely hilarious. It's just, and that was one of the key things with um, Star Trek, the original series, was it was very much a product of its time, and it had a lot of funny moments in it because it it's kind of the whole reason Voyager kind of became mostly about the Doctor and Seven of Nine. It showed Spock becoming more human. You know, he loses his temper on a bus in the 70s with this guy being all like super rude and stuff. So he does the Vulcan neck pitch on him, and like everybody claps because he was just kind of a punk kind of guy. I think I watched the most recent movie of it, but I don't remember. If I did, I only watched it once, but that does sound pretty funny. I've heard nothing but good things about it. I've just never really had the time, or the times I've seen like where I could watch it, I never had the money to like rent it or buy it. But I might do that next, because that does, like, that concept sounds hilarious to me, so. Okay, scan the anomaly. Scans indicate that this anomaly has opened into a portal leading to the so-called mirror universe, a parallel dimension adjacent to ours. Hold on. Sensors detect ships emerging from the portal. Shields up.
Those look like mirror universe ships.
Oh, brace for impact. Am I stuck on this thing? Oh no, I was being tractor beamed. Okay. Oh, another good one to watch if you like comedy in space, Spaceballs. Oh yeah, he was awesome. Him and TNG and Voyager are one of the things that made them my favorite. Yeah, exactly.
Sensors detect more ships coming through.
Well, what made Q so funny was part of what made Q so funny was, despite like barely knowing any of the crew or Captain Picard or Janeway, he cared about them a lot, and anytime he had problems, he came to them for help. So he often did a bunch of stuff that they hated, but it also helped them out a little bit. Oh no, you don't. Look, you want to hear something funny? Ooh, array emitter. My inventory is full. Wow, that's a bust. Yeah, exactly. But no, Q is by far one of my, like, the actor, I don't know his name. I hate learning the name of actors. But he's one of the few where it's like, oh, I recognize that actor. But, I've seen him, like, there's this old show called, oh, what is it? MacGyver, and he was a villain in that show, which was hilarious because he shows up and I'm like, that's cute.
Congratulations on retrieving the orb. You must
And he's
return
all like,
it to the temple on Bajor.
oh,
I will
hang
notify
on.
the Vedics that you are on your way.
Acknowledged. Depart system. Yeah, Picard. Well, of course, most of us know Ryan Reynolds because of the whole Green Lantern, Deadpool, and stuff like that. Like, he's one of...
Congratulations on your recovery of the orb from Gul Kardec. We request that you return the orb to the temple in Hathon on Bajor. I'm afraid that we have not seen the last of Gul Kardec. But for now, the people of Bajor will be elated at the return of an orb we thought lost forever. Good work.
Oh, fun. Okay. But, yeah. Sorry, I'm breaking your concentration of dialogues. No, it's not quite that. I have to stop for the dialogues, because, you know, if you're trying to get the story through on a playthrough like this, you have to let them actually speak. That's why I always cut my, I always cut chatter when they start talking. But other than that, I mean, I do enjoy talking with you and everybody else. Okay, so I think I just got those, but I can check. Okay, yeah, so let's see, 538, let's see, 559, but I'd rather have the resonating Tetrion. Oh, these are resonating weapons. That's what it is. Okay, so I'll get the main ones first.
How can I help you?
Congratulations, Commander.
Oh, right. I also need to clean out my inventory. There's something I can just... Yeah, you... Discard that. Okay, take that.
You have recovered the... How can I help you?
I skipped that. That was my fault.
Have you returned the orb? How can I help you?
Darn it. I'll have to replay that mission. Or... Actually, wait a minute. I can't believe I did that. Yeah, I'll probably do that. Let's see. Yeah, let's do a Noxican Tactical Officer. Collect reward. And then I'll do that. Honor and glory to you, Captain. My name is Meroben. Is there room on the IKS Brimus? There is no room on the IKS Brimus for new bridge officers. Brimus? Oh! Why is he talking about my shuttle and not my big ship? Not now. Okay. So what I can do here is I can drop this one, and then I can retake it.
You have recovered the Orb of Possibilities from Gul Kardec. No doubt, you are being pursued by True Way forces. You must return the orb to the temple in Hathon.
Wait, what? Did this really... Okay, I'm doing this first, and then I'll do that. And then I'll probably call it, because it's getting all the, Actually, I don't need that either. I'm not a tactical officer, so I can't use any of the tactical stuff. I think that one's less good than the one I have. Let's, hang on. Get rid of that. Don't know if that's any good. Get rid of my dual those. Keep the Batleth. because it's a batleth. Gotta keep those. Okay, recycle that. Recycle you and you. Yes. Recycle. See, I wish there was stuff to do with, like, the probes and all that. Oh, this stuff is, like, level 1. Rid of that. You and you. Okay. You. Keep that, because I don't have that, I don't think. Okay. Sort. And take all. Cool. And now I have to do that thing again, because... Nope, that's not right. Not Chancellor Jimpock. Hail.
You have recovered the Orb of Possibilities from Gul Kardec. No doubt, you are being pursued by True Way forces. You must return the orb to the temple in Hathon. I have notified Vedic Kryn. She is waiting for you in the temple.
Oh, most of them don't need the version 5 armor on the officers. I already gave them version, like, 6. Okay.
How can I help you?
Like, if you hit you... Yeah. Well, she has 4, but... Let's see, 5, 4... A lot of the times, like, 1 above is the same, if not worse, if it's, like, the green stuff, so... But, yeah. So they're all pretty much upgraded, except for that guy. I could have used some of the armor on him, not looking at it. But I'll collect more armor in the next mission and give it to him. Kind of thing. Okay, I got one more skill to purchase. One more thing in the shields. Ooh. Transwarp's abilities, sector space, travel speed by 25%. Let's do travel speed, because transwarp isn't the same anymore. Yeah, exactly, right? But yeah, oh, I still have skills to purchase. Oh, a ground skill, okay. Ground points. Let's see, weapon expert, weapon criticals, weapon penetration. Let's up my shields. See, I kind of wish that was I kind of wish the space stuff was more like the ground stuff. Because, I mean, there's so much... Sorry. There's so much space stuff that's kind of junky. Like, control expertise. Okay. Resistance to the control stuff, but I mean, if they hit you with a tractor beam, they're 90% of the time, even with this, they're gonna stop your ship in its tracks. So it's like, why even have that here? That one negates one of the abilities that you're supposed to use and have, which is why people don't like PvP so much. Yeah, exactly. And then, like, a lot of this is defensive maneuvering. Why am I not upping my projectile weapons even more? You know, or resetting my cooldowns and stuff like that. A lot of these are just electroplasma system flow. Improves the difference between doing that and that. It's like, why is that a thing? I'm not going to be changing that very much in combat. The only time that's going to change is when I'm coming in off full impulse, which full impulse automatically puts it there, where you have 100 in your engines, and then it will go right back to whatever you have it clicked on. That is it. That's like the only time you need that. Because, honestly, even as the Klingons, you want most of your energy going into your shields. Otherwise, your shields aren't going to regen very fast or anything like that. Yeah, exactly. Well, here's the other thing. If I'm doing flanking, I just hit evasive maneuvers. 500% flight speed for 8 seconds. That gets you behind or beside somebody. Right? You have abilities that counteract, like, half of this stuff. And then they're like, weapon specialization. So I want to be able to do more damage with my beam weapons than I want to do with my torpedoes. I might do like full damage if it's like a one-on-one battle, but usually because you're fighting 3 or 4 enemies, you want your shields up. Otherwise, one will hit you with a drain effect and the other one will blow you up because it's just going against your hull. Yeah. Well, even with Battle Cloak, you kind of want your shields to regen faster. Exactly. It's like... Because, like, when you come out of Cloak, your shields have to recharge. So if you're coming out of Cloak and doing... to get that extra, like... what was it? 5% damage? Yeah. 25% damage. Not that bad. But if you're coming out of Cloak to do that, you want your shields up almost right away. You have to have it here instead of here. Because the thing is I don't even know if those two effects stack. You know? Like, there's no way to tell. Yeah, exactly. It's not very good in general. Again, especially, even with the shields, it doesn't affect, like, shield capacity. It affects shield regen. So if an enemy drains your shields right away, you're kind of screwed. Which some of the Borg do, some of the what is it? The Breen do it, which I don't know if they... like, I haven't played the Breen missions in a while. Yeah, exactly. But I think I'm gonna call it here, though, because I've been playing for about almost 4.5 hours. So, you know, that's a long time to be playing a game, and I have to eat and then take a nap before work, because I'm working until like 2:30 a.m. So, gotta do that, and then get all that done. Yeah, you need to sleep soon, too? Alright, well, catch you later then, and, oh, you too. And I'll try and catch you tomorrow, okay? Yeah, about... I usually start about 4 hours earlier than this, so, you know, if you can hop on around then, perfect. If not, I always archive my videos on YouTube. And here, let me actually... Yeah, okay. Yeah, no problem. My YouTube name is the same as my Twitch name, and I also have a link down down on my page, so... You know, you can go ahead and hop that. You can watch some of my earlier videos or anything like that. But yeah, have a wonderful day. And let's